Newsflash, everyone, we all have unique minds. Now, this is good news if you're a fan of diversity of thought. But if you're somebody who gets a little edgy when you meet people who think outside of your box, well, stay ready for some more news. Let me give you some examples. First of all, there are some people who are concrete, literal thinkers. They don't know what all the fuss is about when they read highbrow literature because they don't really get past the plot, the surface stuff. If I say to somebody who's a concrete thinker, hey, guess who I ran into today? They'll say, you had a car accident? Some of these people actually are diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome, like one of my kids. So they also tend to be geniuses. I love that ASPE is the new code word for genius because sometimes they can also focus on a problem or obsess for so long they solve it. Their counterpart would be people who I call metaphoric thinkers. They think in symbols, double entendres, and art. Now, if you don't have a hippie friend who's into crystals, astrology, and past life regressions, let me tell you, you are missing out on something. Do people who think metaphorically fail in intellectual tests? Not usually. They're not any less smart. They're just different. Concrete thinkers think in a literal, concrete way. Metaphoric thinkers think in an artistic way. And they're a lot more fun at parties, trust me. Okay, then there are things like optimists and pessimists. Yes, there are people who stare at that beautiful glass that's half full, and others are looking around for the robber who took half their drink. Are optimists or pessimists born or taught? I think it's a bit of both, actually. Then there are people who are internally motivated or guided by cues and people who are externally guided by cues. You know the external ones. These are the people that read fashion magazines like they're a Bible. They drive the acceptable car. They live in the acceptable neighborhood. They speak in the acceptable tone. They look outside themselves for cues on how they should behave. Okay, I would implode if I was like this. If I had to worry about what people outside of me thought, it would be just too much because you see, I've got a chorus of generals inside myself saying, Wendy, you did this right, you did this wrong. I tend to be very internally motivated. Then there are always the liberals and conservatives. I swear, a study was done recently looking at MRIs in Great Britain showing that liberals and conservatives actually have different kinds of brains. Fascinating. Of course, which came first, the chicken or the egg? Did the belief system change the shape of their brain or vice versa? Who knows? But the real thing is here, we all have to share this world together. Some of us even share the same bathroom. So we've got to find a way to get along. You know, I hate the word tolerance because I think we have to do a whole lot more than just tolerate each other. We have to learn from each other, maybe even embrace each other. Of course, if we do that, we all need to be taking way more showers.